Giddies up and Adam. I'm Jack Tomczak. That is Andrew Lee.
A little rushed this morning, but
Why?
we're all here. We're all well.
I'm on to you two. The show is always, of course, produced by Lump.
Good morning.
And always starts around 6:04.
Yeah, I'm on to you guys.
Oh, really? How's that?
I was here at 5:15, waiting around for the early birds to get here. Yeah, the early birds show up about 5 minutes before I do.
This is a late morning for
To
both
get on
Andrew
their
and
high
I.
horse.
Not normally true.
No.
To look
This
down their
morning.
noses at me. Oh,
Well, you know,
hello.
yesterday you came in, about 6:12, so I figured I'll just take my time this morning. There's clearly no rush to start the show at 6:04.
This whole thing is optional.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody has to be.
Yeah, no, I've been operating under the assumption that we were expected to be here around 6:04 to start the show. Apparently, that's not the case.
I used to do that as well.
I know. I remember those days.
The good old days.
Yeah, those were nice.
You'll get here eventually. I asked the young Hug Nugget last night if Daddy's scary alarm clock had gone off that morning, and she said yes. And I said the really loud one that shakes the bed. Yes. You know what that one sounds like, right? You've heard it before. Yes, but not last night. Never go to a 4-year-old for information because they suck at delivering it.
They're not very reliable.
Did it go off last night? Yes. How about last night? No. Like, I don't know if it works or not.
Were you in it?
Well, yeah, but when I woke up, it was like things had changed. I don't know if I changed them in a sleepy stupor or if the 4-year-old has figured things out and is sabotaging my life. I don't know.
Maybe that's your problem. You haven't been able to wake up lately. Maybe she's drugging you.
Perhaps. Hey, Daddy, just drink this. What is it? Just drink it.
She just doesn't want you to leave. Which is kind of cute.
It's adorable.
In a really weird
super,
drug rapey
super
way.
damaging.
Yeah.
She's a hug rapist. Oh, there go the complaints.
Yeah.
Email Andrew at andrewlee@iheartmedia.com.
Yeah, Andrew, why do you say these
I
things?
said all that. I said all those things.
We've
Nobody
got
can
like
tell
a
the
5-minute delay, right? Just hit that button. At 7 o'clock, in for Ask a Liberal is Javier Murillo. We will find out from him if Hillary Clinton is a pandering liar and if Bernie Sanders is insane. At 8 o'clock, our terrorism expert, David Gartenstein-Ross, will give his thoughts on a 9/11 bill that would allow people to sue the government of Saudi Arabia for 9/11.
It would open up the Saudi Arabian kingdom for potential lawsuits for any role that they may have played in the 9/11 attacks. House Republicans are considering this bill. Obama has said he would veto it. The Saudis have said if it does pass, they will impose some kind of economic sanctions, sell off all their treasury bonds, for example. There's a lot of controversy around this bill, and I was curious what David thought because he's got a really good handle on these types of issues. And his initial response was that he was opposed to it. He didn't go into a whole lot of detail. I said, "Well, why don't you come on the show and we'll talk about it?" Because I mean, my gut reaction is if there is indeed some liability within the Saudi government, as many people believe there is, and some of the newly released papers seem to indicate as such, then why not? Why shouldn't we be able to hold them liable? So we'll get into that with David. I'm curious to see what he thinks. It's a complex issue.
Yeah. And my reaction, my knee-jerk gut reaction would be, yeah. If there is involvement, the people who got screwed by that should get something for it. So we'll see what the expert has to say. Well, we will turn loose the litigious American on you,
That's right.
Saudi Arabia.
Bunch of lawyers licking their chops.
You are going to be so bogged down and frustrated for years. That's what we make in this country. Litigious people. After that, we will maybe talk about a twerking teacher.
Maybe.
Possibly. We'll see. I've been trying to talk about that for 2 weeks, but we always seem to get busy with important news.
What, twerking teachers aren't important?
Well, to some people, yes, apparently. All right, this piece, I have to apologize, Andrew. I've jumped ahead of you on this, but I'm going to cite reason.com.
Okay.
Blog post there by Todd Cranen. The Minnesota Vikings' new stadium is actually a Jawa sandcrawler.
Yeah, it kind of is.
The Jawa, a meter-tall hooded humanoid with glowing yellow eyes, this is from Star Wars, folks, has a well-earned intergalactic reputation as a huckster. Jawas scavenge the sand dunes of Tatooine,
And the Iron Range.
looking for scrap metal and stray droids to seize. From their monumental fortress homes known as sand crawlers, they sell hastily refurbished junk to a desperate and unsuspecting local populace.
So they're used car dealers.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And for those of us craving an explanation for how the Minnesota Vikings' new taxpayer-subsidized U.S. Bank Stadium could cost over $1 billion, I offer you the Star Wars-inspired smoking laser gun. Okay.
And then they have the side-by-side pictures of the profile of U.S. Bank Stadium and the profile of the sand crawler.
You know, I could just put the picture in the video
Oh, that's all right.
later on.
Yeah.
Put her in
this
post.
Is more high
But
tech.
for the majority of people who are listening from the radio,
They can now.
this
yeah.
benefits them.
Uh-huh. So it's a rectangle kind of with one side that's like a rhombus kind of thing. That's about it. Yes. It sort of
It
looks
does
like
kind
a
of look
thing.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Way to go, Reason. One side of it is higher than the other.
A lot of people, I've been hearing a lot of complaints that they think the new stadium is ugly.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of people post pictures or post comments and say, God, that thing's hideous. God, that's ugly. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's, it's going to be definitely more impressive on the inside than the outside, no doubt. But it's a behemoth. I mean, it's a massive structure.
I don't know anything about architecture at all, or design, or what looks good. Mm-hmm. So all my thoughts on this are, yeah, I would go with more of a pillars and columns kind of thing because that's never going out of style.
True.
But who knows? I mean, maybe this could be the next new cool thing for 50 years, or it'll be
The next new cool thing for 2.5 years.
the Cedar Riverside apartments that you drive by every time and say, what were they thinking? Was everybody high in the 70s? Yellow paneling and red paneling?
It's Art Deco, man.
I guess.
It's a thing.
Yeah. But it's big. It's expensive. It'll be neat. I would rather they had paid for it with private money.
Of course.
But
What are you going to do?
We're done. We're done for the next 7-8 years before talking about building another one. So
Right,
enjoy
yeah.
this time,
Right.
everybody.
Until
Enjoy this
the
time.
Rams move out of L.A. L.A. doesn't have a team again. And then it's, you got to build a new stadium or they're going to go to L.A. Maybe they just move all the teams to L.A.
Do that.
Just move them all there.
Yeah.
Have them all play there.
All right, boss man, what is at the top of the news bag for when we return?
Well, speaking of stadiums, the Twins and Target Field are caught in a bit of hot water over busing in out-of-state workers.
Ooh.